Sorry, the ball.
You know what? I'm gonna put cameras in front of balls, and they're gonna hit the balls. All right, get the garbage cans out of the way.
Yeah. Riley, when did you play here? 2019. Are you currently in college? So you're
It's history in the making as Seton Catholic serves and spikes against Paradise Honors for the very first time. It's a live showdown right here at John J. McMahon Gym, and I'm Joe Pequeno. Thanks for dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Well, Coach James Johnson's team has a lot of new faces, and with the new faces comes some learning curves. The squad has dropped 2 straight coming off a 4-set home loss against Mesquite. But the optimism remains high for this team as they look to gel and build some consistency along the way. Tonight, the Sentinels welcome in the Panthers of Paradise Honors. The team comes in with a record of 8-8 overall, coming off last night's home win in 4 sets over Vista Grand. They are led by veteran coach Colin Domingo. Make that Megan Domingo, as they have playoff aspirations. We'll have the starting lineups and more coming right up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. So welcome back to John J. McMahon Gym, where tonight the Seton Catholic Sentinels serve and spike against Paradise Honors for the very first time. Seton enters tonight's matchup with a record of 2-5 overall, 1-1 in the Desert Sky, as Coach James Johnson and his staff look to build some consistency from his team and really get after it. Starting lineup for the Sentinels: Michaela Bell, number 14, the middle hitter; Fia Fisher, the freshman, in the middle as well; Kaylee Krumbach, number 7, the libero; Annalise Salazar, number 9; Sophia Shalapour, the setter, the sophomore, number 10; Elizabeth Steinkamp, the true freshman, number 18; and Catherine Thiel, the outside hitter, number 4, and she is also a senior. So Megan Domingo and the Panthers, they snapped a 3-match losing streak, beating Yuma on the road Tuesday and knocked off Vista Grand last night at home 3-1. The squad is 8-8 overall, 1-0 in section play. Starting lineup for the Panthers: number 5, Abigail Ruff, the middle blocker. She's a senior at 5'7". Number 8, Danica Carlson, the outside hitter, the junior at 5'7". Number 9, Olivia Nowatka, the middle blocker, the sophomore at 5'8". Number 17, Michaela Albright, the outside hitter, the senior, 5'5". Number 20, Vanessa Lobrigo, the OPP, also an outside hitter, sophomore, 5'8". Number 26, Holly Morin will do some work as a setter for the team, and the junior at 5'5". So these two teams ready to get after it, as both squads have been announced. Of course, Coach James Johnson, the head coach of Seton, and we'll take a moment for the school prayer and the national anthem. So tonight, Seton looking for that elusive home victory. Sentinels so far have had some tough times on their home court. 0-3, 2-2 away. And no question, coming out fast, focused, and determined is always key for Seton. They've got some good young players. It just all has to mesh. Of course, James Johnson coming back to his alma mater to coach the Sentinels. His daughter, Riley Johnson, on the coaching staff. Of course, assistant Brian Milhone as well. Great individuals, great coaching. Not only do they do a great job with the team, but they're making great people as well, and that is the most important thing. So we are ready to get after it, closing in on this first set, historic first-time matchup between these two teams. Seton in the home white, Panthers on the other side in the black and dark blue. Panthers and Sentinels from Ray and Dobson here in Chandler. Appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network, all the good people in the Seton Catholic Athletic Department. And of course, Friday night is the big football game, Seton's first home football game of the season at Michael Eubanks Stadium. And that is always a good time. The boosters do a great job of putting on a great pregame meal and a lot of good times. So Seton Nation, make it out and support the team on Friday night. Looks like Paradise Honors won the coin toss, so they will serve first as Hallie Morin getting ready to launch it away and get this one started. Paradise Honors, make no mistake, they have got playoff aspirations. Coming off a strong year last year, 23-12 overall. 6-4 in the 4A Southwest region for a third place finish. They have 7 returning varsity players, 6 pulled up through the program. 1 freshman, 1 transfer. So they're young. And that first serve gobbles up Steinkamp, and Paradise Honors strikes first in this one. Paradise Honors in the surprise area. Serve across this one, Steinkamp. Shalapur. Caleb Bell worked in that back end by Paradise Honors. Right side. And that one is knocked out of play. So Seton with an opportunity now. And this is where they have to be better at the service line. Had an opportunity to talk to assistant Riley Johnson, and she said that's a point of emphasis for this team. Capitalize on the service game. Shalapour with a good serve across, and that's a good start for Seton. Shalapour doing a nice job for this team. She has 147 assists, and unfortunately she gives it right back. So we are knotted at 2 early as Paradise Honors goes to the service line. Tamara Hogapian on the serve, rips it across, and that one goes out of the gym, and a 3-2 Seton lead. And it's good for Seton to taste some success early, build off this momentum. Kayla Bell fires it across, and that's a good one. Paradise Honors setting it up right there, and net violation by Hallie Morin, and a 4-2 Seton lead. And Bell, the junior, rips it across. Good save by Paradise Honors. Dug up by Morin, but her teammates could not capitalize, and quickly it's 5-2, Seton with the lead. Kayla Bell, another good serve across, and that one this time goes long. So a 5-3 Seton lead. We are live from John J. McMahon Gym, Ray and Dobson Road in Chandler, Arizona. Sentinels Nation, wherever you are, we appreciate you dialing us up. This one dug out by Krumbach. Shalapour, little bump across. Might have been a net violation right there. And a 5-4 Seton lead. Stepping up to serve is Molly Cohn. Cohn will let it fly. Krumbach in that back end. Shalapour setting up that right side. Dug up by Morin. In the middle. Little bump across. Saved by Thiel. Shalapour. Steinbach. Good save in that back end by Morin. Already a factor as Paradise Honors gets it across. Shalapour setting up Thiel. Thiel. Morin in that back end. Good work by the Panthers, just saving it. Krumbach. This one slammed across by Steinkamp. And right now you're just seeing high-level volleyball. And that one is out in favor of Seton. Excellent volleyball on both sides. Give credit to both back lines. Really doing a tremendous job handling the physicality of the front lines and returning. Panthers, Morin right there. Krumbach right there in that back end. Shalapour, Steinkamp right through 2 trees and knocks down a winner. And a 7-4 Seton lead. So Krumbach with an opportunity. And as we talked about in the opener, this team has got to be better on the serve. And that one is across, and Morin can't handle it at the net, and an 8-4 Seton lead. So Seton coming out fast, and that is a good sign. And that Panthers JV squad, loud and proud over there. Morin setting it up, and that one knocked over. Palming violation, and a 9-4 Seton lead. And we have youngsters of all ages here tonight watching this one. Morin setting up that right side, little bump across, and this one a beauty. Vanessa Labrigo, the sophomore, just dumps it in for the point. And the Seton lead cut to 9-5. Labrigo will go back to serve. Fires it across. Dug out nicely. Shalapour, little bump across. Morin blocked at the net. Shalapour. Krumbach. Shalapour just gets it across. Now the Panthers will go into their offense. Morin right there in the middle. Great save by Shalapour. Knocked, and that's a winner by Thiel. Catherine Thiel set up nicely. And Seton doubling up the Panthers now, 10-5. So the Sentinels showing some good continuity Shalpour stepping out. Terrell stepping in. Morin setting up her teammate. And that one is partially blocked, but a winner on that left side. Give the credit to McKaylee Albright and a 10-6 Seton lead. So an opportunity for the Panthers to draw closer. Steinkamp is there. Theo setting up that right side. And Terrell cannot get it across in a 10-7 Seton lead. Albright on the serve. Saved by Steinkamp and tried to save it into play and knocked off the fan circulating on the roof. And the Seton lead is now down to 10-8. Knocked across. Terrell Fisher. Terrell gets it across. Good work by the Panthers. Morin setting it up in the middle. Partially blocked. Fisher, right side. Terrell knocks it across, and she gets the winner. And you like to see that for Ellen. Stepping back in, Michaela Bell. Stepping out, Louise Hall. Steinkamp going to work on the service line. Steinkamp, 68 kills on the year. Terrell almost came up with the winner at the net. Morin gets it across. Fisher bumps it up. Terrell. Unfortunately, that one goes into the net, and an 11-9 Seton lead. So this set right here comes down to focus and energy. Seton is not outmanned in this match. Can they just pull it off? Keep the focus high. Right side, Bell. That back end, great work by the Panthers. Thiel setting it up. Krumbach to set. Bell blasting it. Morin setting up her teammates, and that drops in. Good work in the middle by Olivia Nowatka. And the Seton lead is down to 1, 11-10. First set from John J. McMahon Gym. And we have fans of all ages here tonight. Knock across. Krumbach, that back end. Thiel. Caleb Bell. Bell brings it. Good work by the Panthers on the back end. Little bump across. Thiel is there. Now the Panthers have to go to work setting up their offense. And that one is blocked into the net in favor of Seton. Good work. And a 12-10 Seton lead. Fisher stepping out, going to the service line. Kylie Monks with an opportunity. Annalise Salazar also checking in. And this one is given right back. So that's been a big problem for Seton this year, is unable to capitalize on the service game. So stepping up is Ashlyn Persha. Persha fires it across. Steinkamp hustling over there. And this one goes out, and we are knotted at 12. Coach James Johnson watching closely from that sidelines as Persha looks to give the Panthers the lead. Fires it. Krumbach in that back end. Thiel, the right side. Terrell knocks it across. Set up by Persha. Right side, Steinkamp. And this one goes in favor of the Panthers as it was knocked out of play. And Paradise Honors goes back on top, 13-12. Fired across. Bell digs it out. Right side, Thiel to Bell. Bell's blocked. Good save at the net. Steinkamp sets it up. Terrell fires it across. Morin in that back end. Set up nicely. Big hitter on that right side. And that's Vanessa Labrigo, who just brings it. Brought down some rain in the process. Big time hops and a big time point for PH as Persha goes back to the service line. And that gets the back end of the court. And Paradise Honors gets the call, and Coach Johnson has to call a timeout. So Seton jumped out to a favorable lead, leading as much as 10-5, but all of a sudden, it's Paradise Honors going on a 10-3 run, and that is where we are right now, 15-12. So Coach Johnson talking some things over with his team, and the fan base. We've got parents, we've got student body here. Even though I don't see the Flamingo tonight. The Flamingo has to be here somewhere on campus. And we have Charlotte. Young Charlotte is here. And Charlotte is, I'm going to find out. And young Charlotte is 3 years old. The youngest Seton Catholic supporter here this evening. And she's dancing behind the bench, providing all kinds of energy. Yes, young Charlotte bringing the dose of adrenaline back to live action. Steinkamp, the backhand. Thiel. Bell knocks it. And that one falls short. Great work by Michaela Bell. And a much needed Seton point. So 15-13. As Shalapour goes to the service line. Shalapour, promising young sophomore, still has some things to iron out, but no question, has a solid game. And that goes in favor of Paradise Honors, getting the back end of the court. Now 16-13. Had a nice conversation with Megan Domingo, the head coach of Paradise Honors early. Talked a little bit about her team. Steinkamp, Shalapour, right in the middle. Salazar trying to knock it across. And Paradise Honors can't control it at the net. And a 16-14 Seton deficit as Michaela Bell goes to the service line. Bell boots it across. And right now you're seeing the kryptonite for Seton, not being able to capitalize on the serve. Going to work, Molly Kuhn on the service, the sophomore, 5-2, and she gives it right back. So Seton gets a gift. Now trailing 17-15. Via Fisher stepping back in. Fisher, Thiel, Steinkamp, Shalapour, Louise Hall, and Krumbach on the serve. And the point goes in favor of Seton. A late call on that, but Seton will take it. 18-15. Krumbach finds the soft spot of the floor. And that was just a lack of communication by Paradise Honors. 18-17. Krumbach fires it. Paradise Honors this time, they're there in the middle, blocked. Thiel digs it out. Steinkamp blocked. Good set. Thiel blocked yet again. Saved by Paradise Honors. And out of play. Knotted at 18. So give Seton some credit here. They were down 16-13 and rallied to tie this one. They led early 10-5. Krumbach trying to find that middle of the floor for a potential point. Paradise Honors bringing the boom, and that one out of bounds. Ashlyn Persa going for the big hit. And Seton now with a 19-17 lead. Krumbach fires it. Panthers in the back end, saving it. Labrigo, violation against the Panthers. And Seton now up by 3, 20-17. So now the referee has come over to the scores table to make sure the score is correct. And we go back to live action with Krumbach. And Coach Johnson would just love to see the team go on a nice service run right here. Nice serve by Krumbach. Panthers just get it across. Good work by Hall on that back end. Shalapour setting up Thiel. Thiel saved by Molly Kuhn on that back end. Blocked in the net by Seton. And Seton gets the call. Now leading 21-17. So Krumbach fires this one up. Kuhn on that back end, set up by the Panthers. Big time boom right there. Some nice hops by McKaylee Albright. Outside senior hitter at 5'5". 21-18. Labrigo fires at Steinkamp. Shalapour. Fisher bangs it between the trees. And a 22-18 Seton lead. And right now that student body a little subdued over there. Got to get them loud and proud, get that energy going. Catherine Thiel fires it. Kuhn in that back end, and that's going to go out of play. And another point for Seton. Closing in on a first set victory. Led as much as 10-5, trailed 16-13. Now have taken the lead impressively. Thiel serves up the ace. And set point for Seton. 24-18. Thiel fires it. Worked in that back end by the Panthers. Set up nicely. Albright. Krumbach in that back end. And saved. Great work by Seton. Saved yet again. Louise Hall. Good work, and this time it's the Panthers stepping up at the right moment. Seton with a 5-point lead. 24-19. Panthers going to work. Kaylee Albright on the serve, and I think Seton would like her off that front line, so that's a good advantage. Good work by Louise Hall. Thiel, Steinkamp between the trees. Kuhn gets it across. Blocked at the net by Fisher. Kuhn saves it for the Panthers. And that's going to go in favor of Seton. And the Sentinels take the first set 25-19. Good job, ladies. Showing some resiliency and some toughness. Seton jumped out to a 10-5 lead. Paradise Honors stormed back to take a 16-13 lead, but at the end, Sentinels stepping up at the service line and taking the first set 25-19. We'll take a short time out here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. You're watching the Paradise Honors Panthers and the Seton Catholic Sentinels right here from John J. McMahon Gym on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Welcome back to John J. McMahon Gym for the start of the second set between Paradise Honors and the Seton Catholic Sentinels, and a good set for Coach James Johnson's team. They came out with energy and focus, led by as much as 10-5, then had that first set middle kind of lack of focus where Panthers went on a run to take a 16-13 lead, but your Sentinels, loud and proud, stormed away for the first set 25-19 victory. So the Sentinels looking for that first home court win of the year, and they're off to a great start, and that's great to see for this team. So many young faces, so many new faces on this team, and look, they'll make no excuses. They know the team's a work in progress, but they have to understand, and they do understand, that it's time to step up and start playing volleyball and be determined and find some fight in them. And it's good to see that in that first set, when they were challenged, they fell behind, they stepped up and took the first set. So we're closing in on set number 2 as the referees are talking to the official scoring table. And for all you football fans out there, right now the Chargers are leading Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs by the count of 17-7. And yours truly, I'm fantasy vested. I'm playing against Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And right now they are doing nothing but, look, when you're playing Patrick Mahomes, it's like playing a caged beast. And soon enough, that beast, he's going to come out and bark, and he's going to bark loud. And so far he's been held in check, and I'm wondering if the Chargers can hold him for 4. The big thing for the Chargers in the offseason was the big trade for Khalil Mack. And look, you bring an impact linebacker to that team that has so much skill, and you have that impressive edge rusher in a division where you've got great quarterbacks like Justin Herbert and, of course, now Russell Wilson and Derek Carr. It's almost a necessity. And the Chargers went out and got that in the offseason. We all know how good their offense is. So, and speaking of football, Friday night, the Seton Catholic Sentinels will host Barry Goldwater. It's the first home game of the season. And look, Sentinels Nation, I know you could sit at home and watch the live stream and listen to me gab all night and talk about the game and all the goodness and all the great camaraderie and how great the home game is. But you need to see it and experience it firsthand. So come on out and say hello when I'm on the headset. So we're starting the second set. Sophia Shalapour will let it go, and good work on the serve. Morin tries to save it and does not. And right out of the gates, Seton takes the first point. So a great start by Seton. And the big thing for this team, capitalize on the service game. Sophia Shalapour, 147 assists coming into this one. Morin setting up her teammate. That's Albright right there. Shalapour just bumps it across in that back end, and Shalapour with the soft touch. And sometimes the soft touch is all you need. Finds that back end of the court in a 2-0 Seton lead as a super sophomore goes to work from the service line. Fires it across. Panthers in that back end just get it over. Steinkamp, Shalapour setting up her teammate Salazar, and Salazar might have mishit that one. She had that look in her face, but that back end of the Panthers put it in play, and then it was mishit on that back end. So Seton out to a quick 3-0 lead. And Megan Domingo watching her team. The head coach of the Panthers with some concern on her face. Shalapour, another good serve. Panthers on that back end. Setting it up, partially blocked. Krumbach, great dig. Steinkamp fires it across. And Steinkamp with the Stein hammer. And I know she doesn't like that moniker, but sometimes if it fits, you gotta wear the shoes. 4-0. And I'm still waiting for her brother, Tommy Steinkamp, to join me. And Tommy, this is an open invite. Anytime you want to come down from hanging out at ASU with your friends, come down and call a game with me. Shalapour, Krumbach, and Thiel bounces it over. Morin trying to set up her teammate. Knocked over by the Panthers. Krumbach, good dig. Shalapour, the set. Bell was trying to work that right side. And good work by Bell. The return deep back in the Panthers' end, and they could not handle it. And a 5-0 Seton advantage. So now Shalapour goes to work. Fires it across. And once again, the Panthers with some miscommunication on that back end. And Seton with the 6-0 lead. And there's a timeout on the floor. Megan Domingo, the head coach of the Panthers, had enough. Trying to stop the bleeding. And right now, Seton in a good rhythm on the home court. And that student body, maybe they're coming off a hard day of testing, hard day of quizzes. It all begins with a Z back there somewhere, right? So needs to say the student body a little, they might need a caffeine jolt, maybe some Starbucks or a mocha fresca of some sort. They're lacking a little energy, and usually they got some energy and some fun in them, but right now they're just kind of, you know, they kind of remind me of like the student body in The Water Boy, that when they were watching the Louisiana Mud Dogs, kind of just like out of it. So hopefully we see some energy from the student body as we progress. Shalapour fires it across. Worked by that Panthers back end. Warren sets it up. Good block by Salazar. Salazar sets up her teammate. Shalapour just knocks it across. Panthers in that back end. Holly Morris in that back end. Theo. And right in the net, Salazar. And Salazar has that look in her face like, I mishit it, but the placement was perfect. So here comes Shalapour on a nice run right now. Shalapour fires it and call it another ace. And right now things are all good for Seton on an 8-0 run. Shalapour owning the service line. Another good serve. Had the Panthers out of position. Krumbach digs it out. Shalapour, Michaela Bell, and Bell saved by every lob on that back end. Knocked across by the Panthers. Steinkamp, Shalapour, right side. Thiel bringing the bang. And a 9-0 Seton advantage. And Seton Nation, stand loud and proud with your team. The home white owning this one with a 9-0 second set lead. Shalapour, the super sophomore, doing a nice job on the service line. And right now the Panthers imploding on that back end. Shalapour doing a great job serving to that back end of the Panthers, and right now the Panthers with some miscommunication on that back end. Shalapour fires it across. Panthers keep it in play. The bump across. The dig out by Krumbach in the middle. Salazar yet again. How about that? Annalise Salazar, the junior. And the Seton leads 11-0. Avery Lobb tries to dig it out, does a nice job. Panthers get it across. Steinkamp that back end. Shalapour, Thiel. Good work by the Panthers. Shalapour, the dig. Krumbach setting up Thiel again. Thiel. And perfect placement. And Michaela Bell was right there in case Hallie Morin. And another timeout on the floor. Seton loud and proud. The home white dominating with a 12-0 lead. So Seton showing some resiliency in that first set after leading 10-5 and then falling behind 16-13. They took the first set 25-19 and have stormed out to a second set 12-0 lead. And a lot of smiles and optimism on that Seton bench, and the team obviously well aware of the poor start, and some of it is just coming out flat and not being focused enough. Tonight they've come out with a purpose, started the first set with a victory, and now here they are leading 12-0 in the second set. So Shalapur. She is number 10, and she's playing like a perfect 10 at that service line. Giving Seton a dose of confidence, just rolling off the points. A 12-0 lead. Shalapur. Panthers almost lost in that back end again. They knock it across. Good dig out by Krumbach. Right side, Thiel. This one high in the rafters. Morin setting up her teammates. This is knocked across, and that is out of play. Tamara Hogapian was trying to work that right side of the floor, and it's a 13-0 Seton lead. Shalapur fires it across. Dug out nicely by the Panthers at right side. And this time, a big-time hit by Tamara Hagapoen. And a 13-1 Seton lead. So some substitutions as Ashlyn Persha goes to the service line. Coming back in is Vanessa Labrigo in that middle. As well as number 16, Hannah Huggins. Persha fires it. Dug out nicely by Bell. Shalapur to Bell. Dug out nicely by the Panthers. Set up on that right side as Labrigo try to knock it across with the left hand, and that's another point for Seton. 14-1. Here comes Michaela Bell, and Bell looking to capitalize. A nice serve right into the heart of Labrigo, and she cannot handle it. 15-1, Seton in total control. And this is the kind of set that maybe can right the ship for Seton for the rest of the season. Bell fires it, and she gives it right back, but still, Seton with a 15-2 lead. Bell steps out. Louise Hall steps in. Thiel, Shalapur, Salazar, Krumbach, Steinkamp. A little too high and hard, and that is out of play. 15-3, Seton with the lead. And that serve is out of play. Seton now leading 16-3. Krumbach on the serve with an opportunity. Rips it across. Right in the middle, Labrigo. Make that a Hannah Huggins, finds the soft spot on the floor. And a 16-4 Seton advantage. So Megan Domingo working her roster. Working a lot of players, keeping people fresh. On the serve is Anya Littlefield, the libero. Shalapur and Thiel from that right side. Boom. And a 17-4 Seton advantage. Thiel fires it across, and that one looks like it is long, and it is. So we saw Shalapur with a nice service run, and now Seton finding some inconsistency at the service line in the middle of this set. And that is really where they have to get better. Fired across by Avery Lobb, dug out by Krumbach, and point in favor. Violation against Seton. Coach James Johnson repositioning his team. Lobb fires it across. Terrell gets it across. Set up nicely by the Panthers. Thiel. Terrell gets it across. Bumped up nicely by Tamara Hagapoen. Krumbach working that back line well. Steinkamp. And that goes right into me. Perfect save, perfect catch. Point in favor. (17-7). Dug out nicely. Terrell smacks it across. And that one is out of bounds. Now 17-8. Avery Lobb back on the serve. Lobb dug out nicely by Louise Hall. Right side, Steinkamp. Good work by the Panthers on the back end. Krumbach digs it out nicely. The bump. Steinkamp rips it across. Good effort, hustle play by the Panthers. And that one right into the net. And an 18-8. Seton advantage. As Steinkamp at the service line. Steinkamp fires it in that left side. Panthers setting up their offense nicely. And McKaylee Albright fires a winner. And Albright, 5'5", and she's got some hops in her game. So that Seton lead, now 18-9. Can't fall asleep here. Got to lock up the focus. Fired across. Krumbach, nice dig. Thiel, Bell, and Bell explodes from that left side. And a 19-8 Seton advantage. Couple of substitutions. Krumbach stepping out, as well as Fisher stepping in. Kylie Monks, as well as Salazar on that front line. Monks with an opportunity on the serve. Good serve across. Violation. Looked like she stepped on the line. So it's now 19-10. So Paradise Honors, one time down 13-0. Now trailing 19-10. Abigail Ruff, the senior, dug out nicely. And right in the middle, Hannah Huggins, now 19-11. And this is where Seton's got to tighten it up. Abigail Ruff. Krumbach hustling. Good work in that back end as Thiel just gets it over. Morin in that back end. Huggins could have went for the kill. She did not. Terrell fires it. And Terrell fires the winner. And a 20-11 Seton advantage. Shalapour stepping back in. Shalapour, great second set, rolling off 13 points in a row. Another good serve. Dug out nicely by the Panthers. Worked in that middle, partially blocked. Shalapour setting it up. Bell, the bump across. At right side, good hit. Salazar, great work by Bell. Good hustle effort all the way around. And this time, fired into the net by Tamara Hagapian. And a 21-11 Seton advantage. So Shalapour, so good in this early part of this set, trying to maybe potentially end it for Seton in this second set. Salazar in the middle, showing her worth. Krumbach digging it out. Thiel blocked to the net. Bumped up high, knocked across. Krumbach, Shalapour, Thiel fires it across. Panthers setting it up. And a diving effort by Addison Morris comes up empty. And a 21-12 advantage. So here comes Ashlyn Persha. Persha. Dug out by Morris. Michaela Bell. Looks like a hand violation against Seton. 21-13. Persha rips it across. And that one is out. So Michaela Bell. An opportunity here. Seton 3 points away. Steinkamp stepping back in. Addie Moore is stepping out. Kayla Bell, an opportunity to come up big on the service line. Good serve across. Looks like there might be a potential substitution violation here by the Panthers as the refs are talking this one over. As they figure this out, we appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Sentinels took the first set 25-19. They led 10-5, trailed 16-13 before rallying for the victory. Got off to a fast start in this second set, leading 13-1. And now here we are as the refs talk things over in the second set with Seton, the commanding lead. Question is, do they get this apparent point? As the line judge talking to the scores table right now, trying to get it all figured out. And remember, Friday night is the first Seton Catholic football game, the first home game of the year at Michael Eubanks Stadium, as Sentinels and Coach Pete Walheim welcome in Barry Goldwater. Goldwater coming off a loss against Desert Edge. Seton looking for its first home win of the season. Team been working hard. So Coach Megan Domingo pleading her case with the referees. So it looks like Seton will get that point. Now Coach James Johnson gets up and trying to see if his squad is in the right place. And soon enough, we'll get this figured out. If we can put a man on the moon, we can figure this out right here, and we do. 23-13, Michaela Bell fires it up. Bell rips it, and that one is going to be out. And once again, Seton's got to be better on the service game. They once led this one 13-0. Now it's 23-14. So PH still has an uphill climb, but Seton's letting him hang around. Steinkamp fires it. Paradise Honors. A little bit of a net violation by Vanessa. Make that Hannah Huggins. And match point for Seton. 24-14. Kaylee Crumbach can put the icing on the cake on this one. Crumbach almost finds the soft spot on the court, and it does. As Paradise Honors looks around and lets the ball drop. So Seton in the first matchup against Paradise Honors, they take the first set 25-19, the second set 25-14. We'll take a short time out here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network with the Sentinels with a 2-set lead. the Seton Catholic Sentinels have taken the first two sets in impressive fashion, 25-19 and 25-14. So far, Seton on home court, 0-3, and a lot of things have not come easy, but so far, they've really come out and owned this match. Starting fast in the first set, holding on for the victory, and then the second set starting fast, courtesy of Sophia Chalapour, and a great service run. 13 quick points, jumping out to a 13-0 lead, and then taking that second set. So Seton with an opportunity to close this in 3. And that would be a thing of beauty for Seton, and to pick up the first home win of the season. Squad with an opportunity. Team won't play again until next week when they hit the road for a Desert Sky Showdown against the Saguaro Sabercats. And that's next Wednesday. And make no mistake, doesn't matter the sport, Seton doesn't like losing to the Sabercats or any of their league rivals, by that matter. Football update between the Chiefs and Chargers. Chargers with a 17-14 lead after 3. We close in on this third set. Chalapour, Fia Fisher, Steinkamp, Krumbach, Bell, and Thiel. Bell digs it out, and Fisher at that front line on a not the best set by Chalapour, and a 1-0 Panthers lead. Fired in that back end. Bell, Krumbach. Bell just gets it across, almost finds a soft spot. Morin setting up her teammates. Huggins, Chalapour, Steinkamp, and Steinkamp goes long on that wide side. And a 2-0 Paradise Honors lead. Thiel digs it out, and that one goes high and wide. Almost into the scorer's area at midcourt. And this is where Seton's got to tighten to focus. Hallie Morin, a nice service run. Chalapour, Fisher in that middle. Morin setting up her teammates. Krumbach digs it out. Chalapour. Steinkamp blocked and digs it back out. Thiel. Good save by the Panthers. Working their side of the court. Off the rafters, and that's just a bad bounce right there. High off the rafters, off the top of the roof. And a 4-0 Panthers advantage. Hallie Morin doing a nice job on serve. Bell. Krumbach. Bell just trying to get it across, and James Johnson going to call a timeout. And that's not the effort Coach Johnson wanted coming into this third set. Seton just discombobulated to start that third, trailing 5-0. Seton, of course, 2-5 on the year, 1-1 in section play, coming off a very tough home loss against Mesquite on Monday. Seton got better as that match progressed, but coming out a little slow was their ultimate downfall. And the last thing they want to do in this match is give Paradise Honors, who's trailing 2-0, any life. You give the visiting team some life after trailing by 2. All of a sudden, they become into road warriors, and they amp the energy up. Morin, Thiel, Chalapour, Krumbach will just boot it across. And a good effort as it skids off the hands of the Panthers players, ending a 5-0 run. So Shalapour, who was so good in that second set on serve, now goes to work and starts it well. Avery Lobb doing a nice job. Huggins right in that middle. Hannah Huggins, tall and lanky, didn't have to move hard. Now with a 6-1 lead for the Panthers. Kaylee Albright. Steinkamp, Shalapour. Fisher in that middle. And Fisher with some good effort. The high intensity return. Good work by Sarah Cox, but her teammates didn't follow through. A 6-2 Seton deficit. Steinkamp, good serve. Morin doing a nice job setting up her teammates. Shalapour, great effort, and Michaela Bell. Some miscommunication with Kaylee Crumbach, and that ball falls in. So Sarah Cox going to work on the service end for the Panthers, trailing 2-0. Steinkamp, Shalapour, Crumbach will just knock it over. Cox, and that one is good. That back end, Danica Carlson with the winner on the back end of the court, and an 8-2 Panthers lead. Cox, Steinkamp, Shalapour. Thiel just bumps it across. Morin. And this time, Carlson comes up empty. And this is where Seton needs to be better. Fisher stepping out. Salazar stepping in. Crumbach, service line. Fires it. Good work by that Panthers back end. Morin setting up that left side. Fires it. Crumbach digs out nicely. Shalapour looking for the nice little bump. Almost had the Panthers out of position. They fire it and work that left side, and once again it's Danica Carlson providing the thunder from the left side. And a 9-3 Panthers lead. Ashlyn Persha, solid on the service line in this one. Steinkamp, Shalapour, Bell, bump across. Cox setting it up. Persha blocked at the net, and that one goes out of bounds. In a 10-3 Panthers lead, and Coach Johnson might be close of calling another timeout here. Persha, Steinkamp, Shalapour, right side, Thiel, Cox in that back end. Persha, Labrigo, and Labrigo fires the winner. An 11-3 Panthers lead after Seton took the first two sets. Persha fires it across. Shalapour, good save. Knocked across by Salazar. Worked on that right side. Labrigo just gets it across. Thiel. Shalapour. Bell off the top of the net. Salazar with the save. Shalapour at Steinkamp, and Steinkamp fires up the winner. Terrell comes in. Shalapour takes a breather. Thiel at the service line. And Catherine Thiel, good opportunity to draw Seton back into this one. Trailing by 8, make that by 7. Labrigo in that back end. Fired across by the Panthers. Bell. And ruled in favor of the Panthers, and now a 12-4 lead. So what came so easy for the Sentinels in that second set has now become a chore in this third. Panthers with a 12-4 lead. Firing up, and that one out of bounds. So Seton gets a break, trailing 12-5. Kayla Bell has to help the process. Bell fires it across. Cox in that back end. Persha knocked on that back end. And a winner is a good one. Good work by Paradise Honors. 13-5, and they've shown some toughness now in this third set after dropping the first two sets. Abigail Ruff going to work at the service line. Ruff, Krumbach diving, digs it out. Another good dig by Krumbach. Steinkamp knocks it across. High into the rafters, off the light. Labrigo knocked into the net. And Seton now trailing 13-6. Krumbach getting a breather via Fisher. Stepping in on that front line. And Salazar, Annalise gets an opportunity. And that's a good serve right there. Quality. Labrigo gets it across. Salazar on that back line. Theo, Terrell knocks it across. And Terrell finds the winner. 13-7. Seton slowly clawing its way back into this one. Salazar this time right into the net. So the Panthers doubling up. Seton right now 14-7. Hallie Morin, the junior, 5'5", at the service line. And that one is out. Now 14-8. Terrell stepping out, Shalapour on that service line. So good in that second set. A weapon rolling off 13 straight points as Seton took the second set. Dug out nicely by Cox. Moore on that right side. Blocked at the net. Great job by Fisher. Good block again by Seton. Catherine Theo putting on the block party. Now 14-9. Shalapour. Good serve right in that middle. Barely saved by the Panthers. Shalapour, Fisher, Krumbach, Steinkamp into the trees and beats the trees and cuts them down. Seton now trailing 14-10. Low angle replay. And there is Steinkamp, and Steinkamp, 68 kills coming into this one, a team high. So Seton, once trailing 11-3, now down 14-10, with an opportunity to win this 1-3 and pick up its first home victory of the season. Ladies have been working so hard, trying to come together. A lot of new faces and new parts on this team. Coach James Johnson talking to his young guns, Elizabeth Steinkamp and Sophia Shalapour, on this big third set. And make no mistake, Sophia Shalapour and Elizabeth Steinkamp are great young players coming up through this program. They'll lead the way for years to come. 14-10. On the floor, Fia Fisher, Catherine Thiel, Elizabeth Steinkamp, Louise Hall, Kaylee Krumbach, and on serve, Sophia Shalapour. Sarah Cox in that back end. Morin. Shalapour, right side. Thiel blocked at the net. Morin knocked across. Krumbach, back end. Shalapour. Steinkamp. Steinkamp fires it up. Cox in that back end. Morin setting up that left side. Persia. Shalapour with the answer. And at the net, winning it, Hannah Huggins. And a 15-10 Panthers advantage. Coach James Johnson giving Catherine Thiel a little advice McKaylee Albright fires it up. Violation against the Panthers, and Seton will take it. Now 15-11. Elizabeth Steinkamp going to work. Good serve across. Almost ate up the Panthers. That one knocked out. Shalapur, Krumbach, Michaela Bell. Bell looking for the soft spot. Cox, Morin, right in that middle. And a big block by Fia Fisher. Loud and proud. Good work in that middle. That might have been Michaela Bell, so let's give credit where credit is due. Now 15-12. Steinkamp. A little soft one in the middle. Morin, right side, and that is partially blocked, and Tamar Hagapian will get the point. 16-12. Seton. Sarah Cox fires it up. Thiel, partially blocked, more on that back end. And a miss hit by the Panthers. Danica Carlson with a little gimme and could not knock it over. So Seton, trailing as much as 11-3, has now pulled within 3. Now can they capitalize on the service? Krumbach, and that one's going to go out. (17-13). And that's a source of frustration for Seton to get the point back and not being able to get the ball in play to at least give itself an opportunity to cut into the lead. Ashlyn Persha going back to work, a freshman. Great save in the middle of the floor. Addie Morris. Shalapur, great save. Salazar, and Salazar, the behind the back bump over. We call that the Salazar special. Shalapur stepping out. Terrell stepping in. Salazar, Terrell. Bell. Morris, Krumbach, and Thiel. Thiel fires it. Set up nicely by the Panthers. Fired by Carlson, and Carlson fires up a winner. Now 18-14. So the Panthers left for dead after 2, showing life, jumping out to a quick 5-0 lead, and now leading 18-14. Fired across. Kayla Bell, Thiel. Bell, an opportunity right between the trees. And Salazar, another winner, and she's played fantastic in this match. Always has the look like she mishit, but finding the perfect locations every time. Seton only trailing by 3. Kayla Bell, an opportunity, and that one is given right back. 20-14. Panthers. Make that 19-14. And another good serve by the Panthers. A good effort, no question, by Louise Hall. And now 20-14, and Coach Johnson will talk things over with his team, and Seton won the first 2 sets. Then maybe might have let down its focus a little bit entering the third as the Panthers rolled off a quick 5-0 lead. Seton pulled within 16-13, but now it's the Panthers getting life in this third set to extend their lead. 20-15. On the floor for Paradise Honors, number 4, Avery Lobb. Number 1, Ashlyn Persha. In the middle, number 16, Hannah Huggins, as well as number 20, Vanessa Labrigo. Kaylee Albright, number 17, in that middle. On the service, Abigail Ruff, Seton, Thiel, Terrell, Salazar, Steinkamp, Hall, and Krumbach. Steinkamp blocked by the trees and in favor of Paradise Honors. 21-15. So the Panthers growling in this third set. Rough. And that one was rough, right into the net. And a 21-16 Seton deficit. Stepping in, Emily Yaley. Yaley will go to the serve. Fisher back in that front line. Louise Hall in that back line. An opportunity. Good serve. And it eats up the Panthers. Now 21-17. Seton far from done. An opportunity here. Good serve. That's part of the process. Another, and that was a third hit by the Panthers. 21-18. So that's been the Achilles heel of Seton. And good work by Emily Yaley on the serve, and that's all you have to do is give your team a chance. Get the ball across, and Yaley with some great pinpoint serves on that back end of the Panthers, and Panthers unable to respond. So Seton has gone on some runs. They trailed 5-0. Pulled within 16-13, fell behind 20-14, now only trailing by 3. Coach James Johnson talking to his bigs in the middle. Steinkamp, Thiel, and Fisher. And that back line, all listening in. Brian Milhone, one of the assistants on the team, as well as Riley Johnson, Coach Johnson's daughter who played for Seton, as a libero. Also communications major at ASU, so don't be surprised if she joins me for a telecast. Open invite. Another good serve. That's great. And right there in the middle, knocking it down, Fia Fisher. So Seton now trailing 21-19. It all starts with good serves. This one fired across. Another great serve by Emily Yaley. Good block at the net. Sarah Cox digging it out. Good setup by the Panthers. Can't say enough about McKaylee Albright bringing the effort on that outside. Albright, I'll tell you, 5'5", but plays that net well. In a 22-19 Paradise Honors lead. Going to work. Hallie Morin. For Seton, Fisher, Thiel, Terrell on the front line, Krumbach, Steinkamp, Louise Hall on the back line. Knocked across. Hall digs it out. Thiel, Steinkamp will fire it across. Dug out nicely by Carlson. Morin setting up her teammates. Good save by Krumbach, and this one doesn't get over and in favor of Paradise Honors. Ball went over the net, just wide on the return. 23-19. Steinkamp, Thiel, Steinkamp fires it across. Cox doing a nice job in that back end. Albright, Krumbach, Thiel, Steinkamp right through the trees and gets the point. Steinkamp with a wicked hit from the left side. 23-20. Not over. And Shalapur, who's been rock solid the service line, setting it up. Cox doing a nice job digging it out. Morin right at the net. Thiel bumps it up. Shalapur, Steinkamp fires it up on that right side, and that one's off the rafters. Cox saves it. Tremendous save. Can't say enough about the effort by Sarah Cox in that back end. Hustling and going all out for the Panthers, but not enough as Seton gets the point. 23-21. Shalapur fires it. Morin saves it as it was going out. Albright right into the net. Seton now trailing 23-22. Shalapur, opportunity. And that one goes into the net. That's a heartbreaker right there. Seton on the verge of maybe a classic comeback. And now they got to be perfect. Now the pressure is on Paradise Honors to get the ball over net. Kaylee Albright, who's been spectacular in this match, and a good save by Seton. Shalapur knocked in that right side, and the return is out of bounds. 24-23. Steinkamp has got to get the ball over the net. See, the fabulous freshman delivers, and she does. Carlson. Terrell's there. Morin setting up that right side. Steinkamp to save. Shalapur, Thiel, Cox in that back end. She's been great. Morin in that middle. Hannah Huggins, Krumbach, Steinkamp rips it across. Morin, right side. Steinkamp yet again. Thiel, Morin, Carlson. And that one is long, and we are knotted at 24. Seton showing the sheer will and skill. Got to win by 2. Steinkamp fires it across. Morin into the net, and Seton takes the lead. 25-24. Set point for Seton with Steinkamp going for the victory. And the fans are on their feet. Steinkamp rips it across. Carlson, Morin, blocked at the net. Saved by Seton, and they can't get it across. And we are even Steven at 25. So Sarah Cox, the libero, going to work. Cox, Steinkamp, Shalapur, Bell right into the net. And now set point for Paradise Honors. Cox, Krumbach, Shalapur, and Carlson, a winner at the net. And we will go to a 4th set as Paradise Honors wins a thriller in the 3rd, 27-25. We'll take a short time out here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. We're going to a 4th set. Seton up over Paradise Honors, 2-1. So welcome back to John J. McMahon Gym, where the Panthers stave off elimination by winning the third set. Dramatic fashion. That was just an epic affair as Seton rallied from an 11-3 deficit and had an opportunity leading 25-24, but it was the Panthers rallying for the 27-25 third set victory. So we go to a fourth set, and Seton has to raise its level of intensity because the Panthers stepped up in a big way. Salazar, Thiel, Shalapour, Steinkamp, Bell on the floor. Also joining them on the back line is Fisher. Kaylee Crumbach looks like she's about to check in as well, potentially. And I want to let everyone know, usually I'm a wonder at rock, paper, scissors. And tonight, I went up against the unstoppable Riley Johnson, and I got smoked in two. Riley Johnson has got some volleyball skills, and she is a rock, paper, scissors wonder. I got smoked in two. I got nothing. Straight sets by a Seton Catholic wonder. And that's what that Seton education can do for you. Shalapour will fire it up as we begin this fourth set. Morin saves it. Huggins just gets it over. Crumbach digs it out. Shalapour, Thiel blocked at the net and in favor of Seton as it goes out of play. So Seton starts well with Shalapour leading the way. So good in that second set, rolling off 13 straight points. Cox in that middle. Cox yet again, she's been great. Good block at the net. Combination of Salazar and Thiel. And a 2-0 Seton advantage. Salazar's played very, very well in this match. Great to see. Salazar, the junior. Shalapour firing it. Almost ate up Cox, but once again, solid in that back end. Ripped across by the Panthers. Shalapour sets up nicely. Bell, and this one off the rafters. And in favor of Seton. Shalapour, Cox in that back end. Morin setting up Huggins in the middle. Shalapour's there. Crumbach setting up Thiel. Thiel boots it. And a winner on that right side. And a 4-0 Seton lead. And this is second set action all over again as Shalapour got Seton out to a 13-0 lead. And Shalapour doing a nice job yet again. Shalapour worked in that back end. Morin setting up a little bump in the middle, but Steinkamp's there. Bell in that middle. Cox is there. Morin setting up that right side. A little too deep as Albright gets it across. Crumbach. Thiel knocks it across. That back end saved nicely by Tamara Hagopian. Salazar bumped across by Bell. And Bell a little too long on that point. Now 4-1 in favor of Seton. So going to work. Hallie Morin been very strong setting up her teammates in this one. Steinkamp, Shalapour, right side. And Bell right into the net. Kayla Bell can't lose focus here. She's got to step up. 4-2. Hallie Morin going to work. Dug out nicely by Crumbach. Right side. Thiel. Violation against Seton. Now 4-3. Morin going to work. Steinkamp. Crumbach giving chase. And we are knotted at 4. So Seton comes out, throws a haymaker, 4 quick points. And the Panthers answer with a big Panther claw. to knot this one at 4. Morin fires it. Steinkamp back end. Shalapur right side. Bell. Cox is there and can't do anything. That just hits off the rafters, and that's just a tough break for the Panthers and a gift for the Sentinels. No question, Sarah Cox coming in at liberos and a great job shoring out that back end for the Panthers, and that one is long. Kayla Bell gives it right back. Kayla Bell stepping out, Louise Hall stepping in. We are tied at 5. Panthers trying to stay alive in this one after dropping the first 2 sets and winning an epic third set, 27-25. Seton trailed as much as 11-3, had an opportunity leading 25-24, but cannot control its own destiny and ended up losing to force a 4 set, and we're not at 5 in this 4th. Kaylee Albright, violation against the Panthers. 6-5 Seton advantage. Going to work. Kaylee Krumbach, the senior, been part of a lot of great Seton victories. Hoping to add to another. Cox in that back end. Morin. Huggins in the middle, and Huggins rips it out toward the back of the gym. And a 7-5 Seton advantage. Krumbach fires it across. Dug out nicely. Morin. Albright. Krumbach. Excellent work. Good work by Shalapur. Little bump across. Shalapur saves it. Krumbach. Thiel will just knock it over. Cox. Morin, that right side. Bumped across. And that one falls in. Louise Hall thought it might go out of play, and that was a gamble, and she lost that one as Cox goes back to work. Louise Hall, Shalapur, Thiel, right into Cox, and Thiel. What a laser that Cox could not handle. Cox has been so good in this match, but this time Cox fired a fastball, Wild Thing style, that Cox could not handle. Thiel, senior. And this one, Cox saves it. Morin tries to save it, almost runs into the scores table. And another point for Seton. A 9-6 Seton lead. Thiel, good serve. Saved in that back end by Albright. Morin setting up the middle. Carlson's there. Thiel. Krumbach gets it across. Cox in that back end. Morin. Fisher, that block in the middle. Rocked on the back end, and that one's out of play. Krumbach rolled the dice. She came up snake eyes for the point for Seton. A 10-6 Seton lead. And I don't see the pink flamingo, and I'm quite disappointed by that. Thiel. This one saved by that back end. Can they get it across? They do. Krumbach, Thiel, Steinkamp. Point in favor of the Panthers. A 10-7 Seton lead.
I've asked. The pink flamingo is AWOL.
Ashlyn Persha. Krumbach in that back end. Terrell gets it across. A fastball fired into the net, and a point for Seton. And I just want to let you know there's a crisis on campus as the pink flamingo is officially missing, or at least from this match. Check the milk cartons. The pink flamingo not on campus. Fired in the middle. Steinkamp tried to dig it out and could not. So Panthers not going away.
I believe Sasha Daniels have the last known location of the Flamingo.
Avery lob. Kayla Bell digs it out. Feel that right side. Terrell gets it across. And Terrell fires the winner. Now a 12-8 Seton lead. Like to say a special shout out to my favorite basketball coach out there, and Karen Self. I know she's watching. Not only is she a fantastic coach, she's won 12 state titles, by the way. So when it's all said and done, she doesn't like me talking about this, but another point for Seton. Karen Self will go down as the greatest high school basketball coach in Arizona history. I know she's out there watching, and I'm going to get a mentorship of basketball from Coach Self soon. I'm going to learn some playbooks, some plays, and look, if I'm going to learn basketball strategy, got to learn from the best. 13-9, Seton with the lead. Thiel. Terrell. Point in favor. Thiel. Palm that ball. That's the call. 13-10. Drawing closer, the Panthers. Bell, a back end. Krumbach. Bell between the trees. Good hustling effort by the Panthers. Albright in that middle. Thiel. Krumbach. Bell. Right into the net. 13-11. Shalapur stepping in. Terrell stepping out. Salazar, Shalapur, Thiel, Krumbach, Steinkamp, and Bell. On the serve. That one goes into the net. Olivia Nowatka trying to draw the Panthers closer. Now 14-11 Seton lead. Shalapur so good in serve, and Cox try to save it. 15-11. Shalapur. And Shalapur mishit that one badly and had that look of disappointment on her face. So Seton allowing the Panthers to hang around. That's a recipe for disaster. As Morin on the serve. Morin, Steinkamp, Shalapur working that right side. Call goes against Seton. Now 15-13. Morin fires it across. Bell's there and bringing the boom. And Johnson gets the call as Albright went into the net. 16-13. Louise Hall checking in to serve. Hall, that specialist, at the line. Hall fires it up. Dug out nicely. Good save by Steinkamp. In the middle, Salazar. At the net, Salazar. Salazar coming up big. Annalise Salazar. Playing very well in this match. Salazar. Louise Hall fires it across. Violation. Against the Panthers. 18-13. Seton. Hall, good serve. Morin setting it up. Blocked, and Albright gets the point. So Panthers not going away, up. Actually trailing 18-14. On the serve, Kaylee Albright. She's played a really good match. And Hall Can't handle that return. Give that an ace. And Albright. So good in that front line tonight. Trying to draw the Panthers closer. Steinkamp. Shalapur. Knocked it back, and Louise Hall could not knock it forward. 18-16. And Kaylee Albright going back to work. Seton needs to stop the bleeding. Steinkamp, Shalapur, Thiel. And Thiel fires up the winner that Morin could not handle. 19-16. And this is where Seton needs to capitalize. Krumbach. And gives it right back as that serve goes wide. Now 19-17. So every time you think Seton might have an opportunity, they can't close the deal on the serve. Cox going back to work. She's been great in this one. Louise Hall, the bump up. Thiel. That one off the rafters. Great hustle effort by the Panthers. Shalapur in the middle. Via Fisher, and Fisher comes up with the winner. 20-17. And a final. The Chargers knock off the Chiefs. Make that the Chiefs knock off the Chargers 27-24. Right side, Terrell. Morin in that middle. Good block by Fia Fisher. Morin yet again comes the other side. Another great block by Steinkamp. Steinkamp with the Stein hammer. So the Chiefs with an impressive road victory, 27-24. That it might have been a home victory. So we got a timeout on the floor, 21-17. So the Panthers trying to stay alive, and Seton 4 points away from their first home victory of the year. And all I know, I've got great concern because right now the Pink Flamingo is not in the building. And without the Pink Flamingo, I just don't feel like I'm complete. The Pink Flamingo, wherever you are, you complete me. And that pressure is on Sasha Daniel of the softball team and one of the best softball players in the state. She had the Pink Flamingo last time. So Sasha, wherever you are, and your dad Peter, who I know very well, who I'm good friends with, you bring that Pink Flamingo back to Seton Catholic. Theo fires it across. Dug out by Paradise Honors, a little bump across. Louise Hall tried to knock it up but could not. 21-18. Paradise Honors not going away. Only down 3. Ashlyn Persha on the serve. This time Hall digs it out. Terrell, that right side, and Terrell fires up a winner right into Albright. She cannot handle it. 22-18. Steinkamp. The fabulous freshman. Fires a good serve right into Sarah Cox. Persha, little bump across. Terrell's there. Good work by her. In the middle, Carlson fires up a winner. Make that Olivia Nowatka right there in the middle. 22-19. Avery Lob fires it across. Bell digs it out. Theo keeps it alive. Krumbach gets it across. Worked by that back end, Ashlyn Persha. Steinkamp giving chase. Tries to rip it on that back end and could not. Now 22-20. James Johnson calling a timeout at just the right time. Trying to regroup his team as the Panthers are gaining some momentum in this fourth set. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. If you're just dialing us up, Seton took the first set 25-19, rolled in the second set as Sophia Shalapour jumped out on the service line. 13 quick points for a 13-0 lead and a 25-14 victory. Then in an epic third set, the Panthers led as much as 11-3. Seton took a 25-24 lead, but the Panthers rallied to take the third set 27-25. And here's where we are now. Highly contested 22-20. Seton with the Panthers on serve, and Avery Lam, the sophomore, looking to draw our team closer, and Seton looking to get the ball back. Krumbach digs it out. Thiel right into the net. Fia Fisher there off the net, and Terrell with the winner. Great job by Ellen Terrell. Her mom in attendance. And Emily Yaley, who was so good on service earlier, and we got a timeout on the floor. So a little gamesmanship going on. Megan Domingo, the head coach, calling a timeout. Domingo really cares about this program. She was the head coach 3 years ago and stepped down because she had a baby and she lost her mother to cancer, and eventually came back to the program in 2021 from Colorado, moved to Arizona in 1998. 4-year letterman at Millennial High School. I think that Millennium High School, graduated in 2004. Played college ball at South Mountain Community College. Yaley, good serve across. Sarah Cox digs it out. Front line, knocked across. And that's a tough one as it falls in. A lack of communication by Seton on that point. Emily Yaley with a good serve. She hops out, but she gave her team an opportunity. On the serve, Olivia Nwatka. Steinkamp digs it out. Thiel, Bell, and Bell answers. Rings it hard. 24-21. Set point for the Sentinels and match point. And their best server with an opportunity. Sophia Shalapour, her last serve wasn't a good one. She can make amends. Fires it across. Cox digs it out. Panthers just get it across. Krumbach, that back end, set up nicely by Shalapour. Bell in between the trees. Saved by the Panthers. And fired across for the winner by McKaylee Albright. And the Panthers not going away. Trailing by 2. Hallie Morin setting up to serve. Morin fires it. Steinkamp can't get it across. Now 24-23. Coach Johnson calls another timeout. So Seton jumping out to a 4-0 lead. Led 18-14, 22-18, 24-21. And we can do things on this broadcast that others can't. So The pink flamingo has now made an appearance. There he is on the right side of your screen. And he's not just any flamingo. Oh, no. He's the dancing flamingo. Yes, he's got the moves, kicking that right paw and working it. And look, if Seton wins this match, the flamingo will do some more dancing, so stay tuned. Morin going to work. Steinkamp digs it out. Shalapour, right side. Bell. And Bell does it. And Seton wins its first home match of the season in 4 sets. It took 4 games, and Seton knocks off Paradise Honors 25-23 in the 4th set. Season hasn't gone as planned so far for Seton, but they come up big, getting the victory. And we'll take a short timeout, and we'll talk to Coach James Johnson and some of the players, so don't go anywhere. The Seton Catholic wrap-up show is just minutes away. How'd you put the pink flamingo? Did you have that?
I had it from a couple of years ago. I had to find it first, but I had it.
Yeah, so we'll wait for when it comes to us, and that's when we'll punch it up. And Paulo, whenever you're set, we will knock this out. And there we go. So welcome back to John J. McMahon Gym as the Sentinels pick up their first home court victory of the year here with Catherine Thiel. And Catherine, this has got to feel like the monkey off the team's back, finally getting that elusive home court victory.
That's something we really needed to boost our morale. We played some pretty difficult games, and I'm really proud of how we worked today. We were doing a different rotation with our other setter out, and I'm really pleased with how it went today. So
let's talk about the first 2 sets. Totally in control, and then all of a sudden Paradise Honors wakes up and wins a very epic kind of third set, 27-25. So what was the thought process going into 4th set, knowing that they raised their level of play?
I knew with how the end of the 3rd set went, it was a really close win for them. So I knew that they had the energy, and they're just really trying to instill in the team that, who wants it more, because they really fought at the end of that 3rd, and really trying to keep that energy up was just a big determiner of who was going to win that 4th set, and I think we really pulled through.
No question. It was a matter of sheer skill and will, the combination of 2. And what's this season been like? Because a lot of new faces trying to gel, and the team is still building some chemistry and trying to find itself, and a lot of young faces also stepping in. So how difficult has this process been? But maybe tonight, in a way, that the team might have turned the corner.
Yeah, the team definitely turned the corner tonight. I think we really needed this win. The season with a lot of young faces, not that many girls are, have the experience of even playing high school. We have 2 really amazing freshmen who really stepped up to the plate. And starting out the season, like I said, with all these difficult games, I think, the team's finally coming together. Having a mostly new team, it initially was hard to get everyone to gel But now I think it's really starting to come together, and I'm really happy of where it's going.
That's great. And John, don't worry. John, just walk through. It's okay. It's okay, John, anytime. So now you get a week off, essentially. You go back to work tomorrow. Next week, you're back in Desert Sky play against Saguaro. You're very familiar with the SaberCats, playing them over the course of the years. When you go to their house, what can you expect?
Honestly, I'm not sure how many seniors that graduated last year, so I'm not sure completely what to expect, but this is for a Desert Sky, and this is a game that we really need to try to win after our Mesquite loss to get back up in that conference. But all we need to do is just play hard and work hard and keep up that energy and trust each other.
There you go, some trust, some energy and effort, and Seton looks to make it 2 straight, looking for their second victory in Desert Sky play next Wednesday at Saguaro. That's Catherine Thiel. We'll have more from Seton Catholic right here at John J. McMahon Gym on the Seton Catholic wrap-up show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to John J. McMahon Gym as the Sentinels pick up its first home court victory of the year, knocking off Paradise Honors in 4 sets. Joining me is assistant coach Riley Johnson. And Riley, I just had a moment to talk to Catherine Thiel a short time ago. How satisfying is this to finally get that elusive first home victory of the year?
It feels good. We've been putting a lot of work in practice, and there's always things to get better on, and I feel like we told them, hey, let's just get better, just 1%, not much. And I feel like today we got better 1%.
And you kind of talk about the 1%. You and I talked a little bit about the team before the match, and a critical area was the service game.
Yes.
And how nice was it to see Sophia Shalapur in that second set own that with that 13-0 run, so you could dominate and cruise, or at least take a 2-set advantage by her great play at the service line.
Yeah, that was critical. And not just getting that 13-point lead. It was critical in the momentum shifting, getting energy for the rest of the game. Even though we didn't come on top on the third set, doesn't matter. But that gave our team confidence on the service line. So.
And you kind of talk about the confidence, and I think one major factor in this one is the way Paradise Honors responded in the third set, but Sentinels tonight did not lose their poise. They could have been rattled, especially down the stretch when the Panthers made a charge, and that says a lot about the youngsters and this team showing some poise down the stretch.
It does. I believe we came up 4-0 in the fourth set. So we came up hot and ready to go, and that's good. That's what we try to teach them. That's what we try to encourage, and they did it.
Okay, so next week, you've been part of numerous Desert Sky Classic showdowns. Next week, the team is back on the road taking on Saguaro. Your thoughts on the team getting some time off and then getting back into league play next Wednesday?
Yeah, just they know that we have a lot of work to do, a lot of things to improve on, and we always talk about control the things that we can control, and that's going to be our goal for the practice leading up to that game. Okay,
so I've put you on the spot. I've already teased the viewers out there. I said at some point Raleigh Johnson is going to join me as an analyst for one of the matches. Are you in?
I'm in. I'm so in. I would love it.
There you go. So at some point she's going to be off that sideline and join me and just break it down. She's just got to get the nod from the head coach, who she knows very well, by the way. And, of course, we're going to wrap this one up from John J. McMahon Gym in just a moment.
you're set. You just come on now, Joe and do it. We hop into it.
Welcome back to John J. McMahon Gym, where the Sentinels pick up their first home court victory of the year, knocking off Paradise Honors in 4 sets. And they do it convincingly, 25-19, 25-24. Then it got a little tight down the stretch, losing the third set 27-25. And the last set, they pull off 25-23. So the Sentinels improved to 3-5 on the year. They are now 1-1 in Desert Sky play. They get a couple days off. They don't play again until next week when they hit the road to Saguaro back in Desert Sky play. So Coach James Johnson and his squad get some time to regroup, refocus, channel the energy, and get ready to get after it in league play. And that'll do it for us right here at John J. McMahon Gym. For all the great people in Seton Catholic in the athletic department, for Apollo Hutchison on the live stream, we appreciate you dialing us up right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. I'm Joe Pequeno. Thanks for us tuning in. In the meantime, take care.